A new season of Life After Lockup will be premiering in August, and we have 7 returning couples. I don't have an exact date on when it will be premiering, hopefully as soon as possible, but I want to talk about what we can expect, just what we have seen off the few trailers they've dropped and just from tea that's been spilled for this next upcoming season. And usually when it gets closer to the season, wetv will drop a press release with even more information on what to expect. So as soon as they drop that too, I'll be sure to make another video. But let's get into Courtney and Will. They are the first couple that will be returning, and Courtney was arrested for a parole violation back in January. So we're going to find out all the deets on her parole violation, and we're also going to see Courtney had this girl that she's messing around with, and her and this girl are gonna start hanging out. They showed a clip of this girl and her in the car where she's kissing on the girl. I don't know if this is a girl she knew from prison or a girl she knew from before or after prison, but it definitely looks like she's sneaking behind Will's back. A quick little spoiler alert in case you don't keep up with my videos. Courtney and Will are no longer together. She was feeling like Will was being controlling, and their marriage eventually imploded, which I still question if they were even married to begin with, because when I was looking into Courtney's background, I found no evidence of her being married. So it almost makes me think, was that just for the show? I don't know, but they ended up splitting up, and she's with this new guy that she's been with for at least a few months now. I'm not sure exactly how she met him, but we can see how toxic the relationship is starting to become in this next season, because they're fighting in this clip, and she's telling Will that she knows what a bitch is, and it's Will. Like, she's mad. She's over his shit. Next, we have Letitia and Keith, and there really isn't a lot with them on either the trailers or a lot of information that has came out about them. Keith ended up getting out of prison, and she ended up picking him up, and she had this robe on with lingerie on underneath, and I don't know if there's a production van or a van she rented, but I guess she sat in the back of this van with Keith on the way to the halfway house and dropped him off. I can't remember how long he had to go there for. I want to say 3 months, but I'm not entirely sure. So he went to the halfway house for a little while, and then eventually he did get released, and he's supposed to be living with Letitia now in Iowa. And I was looking into Letitia's background. I haven't found no new cases for her, but the only other tea that I've heard on Letitia is I ended up hearing from somebody who claimed that they allegedly got ripped off through her tax business, and this guy said that he kept trying to call Letitia and confront her, and Letitia was ignoring him. So eventually he showed up to her tax office, and she was outside filming, so it was kind of hard for her to avoid him at that point. So he said he ended up walking up to her, he took her to the side and talked to her about it. Apparently she was like, oh, I'm busy right now, but I got you later. And I guess she never followed through later like she promised, according to him. So I don't know if that's going to be included in the season. I doubt it. I think that was just some side talk, but I definitely think it's funny how he pulled up while she was filming. And just a little update on another victim of Letitia's, Colleen. She's the woman who got $11,000 taken from her by Letitia, allegedly, when she gave Letitia $11,000 to do accounting for her business. Well, at the time, Colleen had a daughter suffering from cancer that she's having to take off work and spend thousands in medical bills for. Well, an unfortunate update. Colleen's daughter lost her battle with cancer last week, and Colleen had a funeral for her daughter today at her daughter's high school, because her daughter was only a teenager when she lost her battle with cancer, and they had a nice, beautiful memorial service. But just prayers for Colleen, because I know she's really going through it right now, and she does have an upcoming court date for her case with Letitia. Next, we have Demadric and Kiana, which I'm so confused, like, why are they here? Because he just seems like a cheater that's never gonna stop cheating. There's really not a lot of information out about these two, and they didn't show a lot in the trailer. Demadric is talking about how he's trying his best to blend his two families together, and I guess we're going to see Demadric sit down his baby mama once again and act like he can't have anything with her and he's going to be choosing Kiana. So we'll see if he actually follows through this time and doesn't turn around and bang the baby mama the next day like he did last time. And then we're going to see them deal with their trust issues and try to move past that. Next, we have Troy and Zaria. We're going to see Zaria put a little pressure on Troy for him to step up so he can start providing for the family. Zaria claimed that she was pregnant at the beginning of the year. And then I guess we're going to see at the beginning of the season, Troy do like this little memorial service with his dad where he is going to show off like the ashes of his father. And this is from like when they first started filming in December 2024 for this new season. And that's how the season started off. And I do know he's with his mom and his daughter on some film days. So I'm not sure if we're going to see them featured this season, but I'm sure we will. You already know that WeTV is probably sitting here requesting more Mama Karen from Troy. They moved out of the place that they were in last season, and they ended up moving into this house on the lake that I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen by now. And I do know that Troy got his personal trainer certification. I'm not sure if he's using it, but I know he got that a few months ago. And people have been asking Zaria on her Facebook after she wished Troy a happy Father's Day. People were like, where's the new baby? And Zaria was like, what new baby? And they're like, the one that you were pregnant with. She said, okay. And someone's like, okay, so that's why she asked. It was in the blogs. And then Zaria just said, okay, LOL. And she's saying that everyone has to wait until August to figure out what's going on. So I guess that is just her pretty much saying, hey, we're under contract and we really can't talk about that right now. From what I've heard through the grapevine, there's going to be 3 couples that are going to be total shit shows this season. And that is going to be Courtney and Will, Bianca and Daniel, and last but not least, Brooke and JK. So Daniel and Brooke, or not Daniel and Brooke, but Daniel and Bianca are coming back, and they show in one clip Daniel's talking to Bianca, telling her, I'm gonna be everything you need, I'm gonna be the perfect husband, baby. And Bianca's just sitting there with a crooked smile like, yeah, you're full of shit, bro. And then I guess he sits there and is like fighting with her and is threatening to jump out of the car on a moving highway. And I guess there's gonna be a lot of fighting this season. And I was told from Bianca in the comments, well, she was telling everybody and claiming that Daniel is not sober and that they're going to have a lot of fighting and drama this season. Apparently they got in a fight one time. I don't think the cameras were around for this fight, but I guess he allegedly like pinned her against a wall and ended up injecting himself with something and then just left. And I'm like, what the hell did he inject himself? Is the man doing steroids? Is the man shooting up drugs? Is that why he's back in the facility he's in now? I don't know, but I guess we're gonna see their relationship implode. I can't remember who exactly told me this. I want to say it was that girl that was talking to Daniel on the internet, and they were calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend, and I did an interview with her. I believe it was her who claimed that Daniel had told her that one night he had went to the bar while they were filming. It was either her or another source, so I'm very curious if they're going to end up featuring that on this next season. And we are also going to see, like I also mentioned, Brooke and JK, and I saw a lot of drama in the trailer. I guess Brooke gets on JK's face and told him, like, you thought you were just gonna get out of prison and it was gonna be easy. And then I guess she brings up some pictures and accuses JK of possibly having a baby with someone else. And there were rumors for a while that JK had a baby with someone else because there were pictures posted on Facebook of him holding a baby. But I think it came out that it was his niece's baby, or it's one of his family members' babies, and he went to go visit the baby and took a picture. So it wasn't actually his baby, so I don't know if that's what they're talking about or if this is a whole nother situation. But Brooke and JK are no longer together, and she says she cannot wait until this season's over so she can spill the tea. And last but not least, we have Michael and Justine. And I don't really care for them coming back. They don't ever really give us a lot to talk about except them having babies left and right. I just feel like they're trying to make them into the new Brittany and Marcelino. And I saw that they did like this show a few months ago, and so I wonder if they're gonna end up featuring that on the new season. I wouldn't be surprised. I really don't know any tea on them because they really are pretty good at keeping quiet. But Justine said, all these seasons, y'all have seen me giving life. This season, you'll see me getting back to mine. And I'm not shy about it. Stay tuned, 18 pounds down, y'all. And this isn't the first time that she said that this season was going to consist of us watching her weight loss journey and her getting back to her true self and her body before she had kids. So I think that's going to be a major plot point for this season with them. But that's pretty much it, guys. I will share more when the press release does come out, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below.